Hello, welcome to one more session. So now here we are going to practice another problem, that is regular pentagon of 30 mm sides is resting on HP on one of its sides with its surface inclined at 45 degrees to HP. Draw its projections when the side on HP makes 30 degrees inclination with VP. That means this problem is on the plane surfaces inclined to both HP and VP. Both inclined with both HP and VP. Okay. Now here we will write the data. What is data given? So pentagon plane lamina, side 30 mm, surface inclined to HP 45 degrees, resting on side, it is resting on its side, okay, on HP. Resting side is inclined to VP at 30 degrees. Now here let us start the drawing. Before that, let us see the condition, surface condition. Here the surface condition given is surface inclined to HP. As already you know, when the surface is inclined to HP, you should assume before inclination it was parallel to HP, and when the surface is parallel to HP, true shape you are obtaining in top view. Okay. While starting the drawing with the top view, again see the second condition, whether resting on side or resting on corner. So here in this problem it is given resting on its sides. That means sides means one side should be perpendicular with the XY line. So for that position, first draw one reference line. First draw one reference line here, somewhere here. Draw one reference line here. Then taking that line as reference line, and what is the side given? 30 mm. Count the side 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and match that line with the first reference line. Okay, then mark the points. You know how to use the template, so mark those points on the 30 mm line and mark the points. And after marking the points, now join all these points in order. So now I am joining here these points, one first side, then second side, third side, fourth side, and fifth side. Okay, so like this. So first to draw the pentagon, but it should be in thin lines. All lines should be thin lines. After this, mark the points. So now I am taking A here, okay, B here, C, D, and E. Okay, now project all these points upward. Project all these points upward. So before that, even now also you can draw the XY line. After constructing the lamina, you can draw the XY line. Here also now at convenient distance you can draw. Make this, first construct the figure, then draw the XY line. That will be easy. So practice like that. So now you are drawn the reference line and extend the projectors up to the XY line. Now looking from the front, you know how to draw the notations. Now here A visible, write A dash, E visible, write E dash, D visible, write D dash, C is not visible, C dash, and B is not visible, B dash. Now you are drawn the front view and top view for the first one, that is assumption. In first stage, assumption, that is surface assumption, and true shape is in top view. Then by seeing the side condition, that is side or corner condition, so it was given side, so you are drawn it. Now at one point, mark the point, and the surface is inclined at 45 degrees. So take that point as reference point. That point should be minimum 15 to 20 mm from the figure. Maintain 15 to 20 mm gap between the figures. So mark the 45 degrees line, then draw line, thin line. First draw the thin line. Now you have to transfer the distances. Transfer the distances from this front view, that is A to E, A to E. So like here mark A to E, then E to D, E to D, mark the points. So now transfer these points. A1 dash you can write, then B1 dash bracket, then this point E1 dash, C1 dash bracket, and here D1 dash. Make that portion of the front view thick line, like this, thick line, right. Then after that, draw the projections downwards. Draw the projections downwards from the points. Okay, vertical projector, then another projector. Okay, similarly horizontal projectors from the top view. So horizontal projector, thin lines, all thin projectors, projector, like this, all thin projectors. Afterwards you have to locate the points here. A vertical, A horizontal, A1, A1. Okay, then E horizontal, E vertical, E1. D horizontal, D vertical, D1. C horizontal, C vertical, C1. Again B horizontal, B vertical, B1. Now join all these points in order: A to B, A to B, B to C, then C to D, and D to E, again E to A. Okay, so now you are drawn the front view and the top view for the surface condition. Now the important position, now you have to rotate this top view to the such that the side is inclined at 30 degrees with VP. So now anywhere on the XY line, mark the point using protractor and taking that point as reference point and XY line as reference line. At 30 degrees, mark the point and draw a thin inclined line. Okay, right. Now this portion is very important. Listen carefully. Now you have to rotate this figure here. Okay, it is better to rotate the figure at the downside. Okay, you will be in safe. So now anywhere take point. Now take this distance A1, B1. Don't go for the first assumption here. So here take the distance A1, B1. So mark here the distance A1, B1. Then again take the midpoint of this line, midpoint of this distance, midpoint. So take this midpoint here 30 mm, and with 30 mm draw one perpendicular line. You can use protractor, or if you already practiced you can draw the perpendicular line. Otherwise use protractor, then draw the line. Draw a thin line, right. Now again transfer this distance from here to here. You can see here to here, this distance. Okay, can you see? Okay, this distance, and transfer it on this perpendicular line. Again from this distance to D, again from the base to this distance, mark it. Okay, then you have to draw another parallel line, parallel to 30 degrees line, from the point. This is this point. Okay, that you have transferred already, and here also. Okay, now again using compass, from this point. It is not exactly midpoint, it is at the middle, not the exact center point, both the distances. So on this line mark here and again mark here. Then D already is there, the distance also already marked. Now you can transfer this figure here. If you transfer like this here, so here first you will get A2, then you will getting B2, then C2, D2 and E2, like this. Same figure transferred here. Now make thick lines joining all these points in order, right? A, B, C, A2, B2, C2, D2, all points to be joined in order and thick lines, all thick lines, because this is a required final final top view. Now from here, now you have to draw the projections upwards from these points, from A, projector, thin projector, from B, thin projector, from C, another projector, from D, one thin projector, very thin projectors, okay, like this, thin projector. Then horizontal projectors from the front view, in the first stage, that is A1, B1, like that. Again horizontal projector already is there. If you want, you can mark the arrow marks also, you can mark like this, not necessary, just here I am telling. Initially, even if you draw, no problem. Now you have to locate the points. A vertical, A horizontal, A vertical, A horizontal. So now it is A2 dash. B vertical, B horizontal, B2 dash. C2 vertical and C1 horizontal, C2 dash. Again D vertical, D horizontal, D2 dash. E vertical and E horizontal, E2 dash. Okay. Now can you see all the points? Okay. Now finally you have to join all these points in order. A2 dash, B2 dash, A2 dash, C2 dash. Don't worry about the shape. Just join all the points in order. Then D2 dash and E2 dash, then A2 dash with E2 dash. Okay, now that finishes the problem. So now the problem was pentagon 30 mm side resting on HP, on one of its side surface inclined at 45 degrees to HP, and the resting side is making an angle of 30 degrees with VP. You can see here the surface is making an angle of 45 degrees with HP. That means you are getting inclination in VP. That means condition is correct. Okay. Then so finally it's one of the side, AB side we are taking. That AB side is inclined at 30 degrees to VP. That means you are getting inclination in HP. That condition is also correct. Finally, if you check the condition, what is the condition? The regular pentagon of 35 mm side is resting on HP on one of its sides on HP. See here, one of its side A2 B2 dash is the side, it is resting on HP. That means front view is touching the XY line. So totally all the conditions are satisfied and your problem is perfect. Okay, like this. First assumption, then first stage surface inclination, in the second stage side inclination. So okay, I hope you have understood this. Okay, you practice it. If not practiced, you practice it. Okay.